a.m. Super Bowl 60 just a day away. And Drake May is ready to go. Drake May's shoulder is ready to go. Sam Darnold champing at the bit. We are ready to roll, and so are the reporters. Let's huddle up with both teams, starting with Sal Paolantonio.
Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel, coach of the year in the NFL, said Friday's practice was all about tempo. He said they'll spend the next 24 hours fine-tuning things and getting the players mentally and physically ready to play in Super Bowl 60. But he said he also wants his players to spend some time reconnecting with family and friends in the team hotel behind me. He said that's very important. And that's why this team is loose, the way Vrabel coaches and communicates. And they're confident because they got their quarterback back. Drake May, a full participant in practice Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today, they'll spend some time in meetings here in the team hotel. Then they will have a walkthrough of the full game plan and then depart for Stanford University for a team photo.
Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald has been preaching to his players all week to stay loose and to stay focused. And that is so far exactly what he has seen. And perhaps equally important, they have also stayed healthy. Even safety Nick Eamon-Wari, who rolled his ankle on Wednesday, was a full participant in Friday's practice and will not carry an injury designation. Now, after an injury scare that made some wonder if the star rookie would be available for the game, Macdonald joked after practice, turns out he's alive. Macdonald called it a normal Friday practice as the team has tried to keep the same cadence as a normal week. He said players would spend time with family on Friday evening and refocus Saturday for final prep. Loose and focused, just as Macdonald wants.
Coach Herm Edwards has lived the life of a player on the eve of playing in their first Super Bowl. So we have to ask you, what are you telling members of both of these teams the night before the biggest game of their life?
Well, they'll realize the first 5 minutes are critical in this game because of nerves. And you can do all the talking you want, and you can say this or that, but once you walk on the field and they kick the ball off, when you walk out there, I'll be quite honest, you can't feel your legs.
Feels different. Why?
It's the biggest game you ever played in
Pressure,
a professional football player, right? Yeah, it's just all the noise. But you just like, you realize, this is a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a big game.
All your family's there.
Oh,
30, 40 tickets deep.
it's unique. It's a uniqueness if you've never played in that game. It's one, and you got to remember, you might not ever get back.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it happens to so many athletes, right? So many players, they think they're going to get there early in their career. They think they're going to get back, and then suddenly they're just, it's one and done, and it flies by. In your opinion, as for the game itself, between the lines, what could give New England an advantage?
Special teams. Marcus Jones.
Yeah.
Good punt returner. There'll be some punts. Both these teams play excellent defense. He's run 2 touchdowns back already this season. He has 6 returns for over 20 yards. So this is field position. This is a guy that when he gets the ball in his hand, you got to get him on the grass. You got to get him on the grass because he can make big plays. Field position is going to be critical early in this football game, and punts could be the big deal in this game.
Both teams are pretty sound in special teams.
Yeah. They have one in Seattle, too.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed can bring it back.
He's a good return man as well.
That's right.
And we lose sight of all that as we talk about offense, defense. Special teams are big in these games.
You get the feeling something weird is going to break, and that's going to help decide this. More from Herm Edwards throughout the show, one day away from Super Bowl 60.
Coach is hanging out with us all morning right now.
The Super Bowl, baby!
I just want to point out, Randy Scott looks like he sells season ticket packages for the Seattle Seahawks.
I just sell joy.
Journalism, man, come on.
I just said tomorrow I'm going to dress like Pat the Patriot.
Okay.
It's equal time. One day away from Super Bowl 60. It's as good a time as any to spotlight this dominant Seattle defense.
Really?
Well, Gary, while it's not the Legion of Boom that we all remember, this version already has a nickname.
And nicknames are like religious or political opinions. Don't force them and keep them short, just like this lead.
How you doing? What's happening, fellas?
So, you allowed the fewest points of any team in football. That's kind of been a Seattle standard.
This Seahawks defense is really on top of it.
That's kind of carrying a torch and what people are used to, except you guys are doing it differently.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we definitely created our own identity, and we've been talking about it, but actions speak louder than words. We're not a big, boisterous team, but we're out there talking with our pads. We're talking with the way we run to the ball. And I think we play with a certain style, like our hair is on fire.
The snap to Purdy, who stopped. He gets him. He goes down. And it is Leo Williams.
Tell me all in your own words about the dark side and how it came, but tell me how that all came about.
I think last year, we started, mentioning the death zone a lot. We came into this year and we were like, man, what does thrive, in the death zone, and that's the true darkness. And I think that's what our defense comes out, and we just try to go out there each weekend. Like they said, cut the lights off.
Ball is intercepted, and it is Jones.
I think respectfully, a lot of people talk about Legion of Boom here, but I think over time, people started recognizing us as a great defense as well, but they would always make comparisons to Legion of Boom, and I think it got to a point late in the season where we're like, hey man, I think it's about time we deserve our own name or our own identity. We kind of narrowed it down to the dark side.
Well, let's just go back to August. What did you hear for the first time out of Coach?
I mean, this message was really, clear. Do not around, chasing edges, those things. 12 is 1, so, just coming here, understanding the type of, guys that I was gonna be around. Once that confidence and communication clicked, I know it's gonna be something special.
We said we're gonna come in here with one mission, and that's go home, fly across the country with a dub.
I think one of the things that we've done that you kind of just like luck into as like a new coach is like, look, we don't have all the answers from the onset. So let's give them let some things breathe here, and things happen organically,
right,
where it comes from the players, and that ends up being more powerful.
How do they exemplify what you were hoping to see?
We said we want to be tough and connected. It's their defense. They've taken ownership of it. It's their personality.
Do you like the nickname, the dark side? They gave it to themselves.
Yeah, they did. They're living up to it right now, so I'm happy with it.
Man, you are NFC West champions!
Pretend I'm the quarterback. Okay, you're looking at me.
Yep.
I'm kind of looking at you, but I'm trying to look away, right?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Are you looking at some point, Ernest, at quarterback's eyes? Does that give anything away?
For me, it's always the eyes and demeanor. I'm definitely looking at the eyes, seeing if I can get a tail off you.
Oh, you want us to look at you like you the quarterback?
Ooh. You know what? I just called the timeout right now.
He got a little scared right there.
And he gets to Stroud and brings him down.
Last 7 games. You playing the best defense of the year? I mean, you try to do it every game, but is this the best?
Oh, it's definitely the best, but, when that's the expectation, going in every day, week in, week out, you don't get, over prideful or, overconfident about it.
When we're in our zone, like, communication comes out easy, checks come out easy, and then when you throw the ball down, dark side is something serious, man.
That is no joke. And Leonard Williams is bigger than a Ford F-150. That dude is an absolute moose, dude. Super Bowl champ Damien Woody joins the program this morning. D-Dub, great to see you. What is the biggest factor regarding this Seattle defense that stands out to you?
Yeah, Randy, it's the fact that they don't have to commit a lot of bodies to stop the run. Seattle plays more what we call nickel and dime defense. That means 5 and 6 defensive backs than any other team in the league. And so guys like Leonard Williams, Jaron Reed, Byron Murphy, those big body guys up front, they do all the heavy lifting and stop the run, and it keeps the integrity of their defense so sound. So that's what the Patriots are going to be up against, is that they're going to have to try to run the ball against this vaunted Seattle defense.
All right, Damien, it's me, Gary. Fill in the blank. The Patriots win if what?
If they get the regular season Drake May, the guy that was running up for MVP. That's the guy the Patriots need, a guy that was a multi-threat type of quarterback, but can beat you both with his deep pass and with his legs. Now, we saw the legs in the playoffs, but listen, at the end of the day, Drake May is going to have to be at his best, because when you're going up against this Seattle defense that's elite on all 3 levels, it's going to demand your best. So he just got to be the guy that we've seen all season long, where he's been exploiting the deep pass, using his legs, being the playmaker that he is at the quarterback position.
We're going to find out soon enough. Super Bowl 60 just 1 day away. Damien Woody joins the program this morning. D-Dub, much appreciated.
All right.
What makes Super Bowl squares a staple at every Super Bowl party? It's just a simple 10 by 10 grid with random numbers. But as we all know, it's so much more. With every safety, every pick six, every kick return. Come and play my game. Every single scoring play, someone new is sitting on a winning square. And history tells us some squares are better than others. 00 isn't just Mr. Blutarski's GPA, it's the best square on the board. 00 has hit in over 8% of quarters and a staggering 25% of first quarters. One of those being the first quarter of Seahawks Patriots back in Super Bowl 49. 0, 1, 4, and 7 are the best numbers to have at the end of the game. At least one of those numbers has been a part of the final score in 81% of Super Bowls. The square with 4 and 7 has hit a record 5 times. But that hasn't happened since the Giants upset the undefeated Patriots 17-14 18 years ago. We gon' get it, 'cause we some go-getters. The numbers you typically want to avoid, 2 and 5. Those numbers have hit the fewest times over the years. However, a 2 or a 5 has hit in the last 3 Super Bowls, including an improbable final score of 25-22 when the Chiefs walked off against the 49ers in Super Bowl 58. So here's the lesson. Whether you love your numbers or absolutely hate them, every single play can change your fate. Because on the biggest day in football, the smallest box can be the biggest winner.
If I'm hosting a Super Bowl party, it's essential to have an eclectic mix. McCaffrey protein bites. Number 1 is wings.
You gotta have sliders.
Bras. I'm a bone-in ribeye guy. Wings.
McCaffrey's Rocky Mountain mustard.
The sushi station, like nigiri kind of style.
Nachos. Every chip and dip that you can think of.
Some good red meat and a couple cold ones.
My personal favorite is the spicy brown. Check those out.
All right, we say good morning to Herm Edwards.
Yes, sir.
Listening to all the food choices,
yeah.
What's your go-to for the Super Bowl?
It's definitely not mac and cheese.
Oh, here we go with not the mac and cheese.
We're not even thinking about it. We're not considering it, Jay. Wings. And pizza.
Wings and pizza.
Wings and pizza.
Any particular kind of wings and any particular kind of pizza?
It got barbecue wings.
Mac and cheese wings.
It ain't mac and cheese nothing. It ain't even coming in my house. Don't even bring it around. I don't want no mac. Get mac and cheese up out of here.
Okay. Your partner's joining us, Damien Woody.
Well, he's a mac and cheese guy. It's probably the first thing he's gonna have. He a lineman. They love mac and cheese.
You best believe I'm gonna have mac and cheese.
See, I knew it. You can tell. You can just look at him. You can tell. Damien Woody, great player, mac and cheese eater. Ain't no doubt about it.
Other than the mac and cheese, Mr. Woody, what's your go-to for the Super Bowl?
Oh, you got to have wings, man. Plenty of wings. Like, got to have the wings and different variety of wings. Okay, got some potato skins, and man, that's what we starting at, and then we're gonna keep it moving.
Okay.
You didn't ask about beverages though.
Okay, what do you want to drink?
Well, I don't drink. You got to have Kool-Aid. It got to be red.
He said Kool-Aid.
Better be Kool-Aid now, and it better be red Kool-Aid too, with a lot of sugar. With a lot of sugar. That's what I do know.
You with that, Damien, or you want something else?
No, listen, I don't mind grape Kool-Aid, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for Super Bowl Sunday. I'm stepping it up a little bit.
To what?
We can't tell you secrets.
I want to know.
Yeah, Jay, you trying to get all in my business right now.
I'm a journalist. I'm asking probing questions. I want to know.
And he's one of them highfalutin guys. He's Jay Harris. You know, he having a little bit of that cognac.
Damien, you played in and won 2 Super Bowls, right? How would you describe what the big day is like for these players as they're getting ready?
Yeah, man. Listen, the hay is in the barn from a physicality standpoint. There's no more practices or anything like that. Now you're just envisioning what that moment's going to be like. You know, you've been practicing and having meetings all year long, and here you are you're on the precipice about to be in an elite company. So that was my focus both of those times is, man, I'm about to be in an elite fraternity of players that's been in the National Football League.
Mr. Edwards, Super Bowl 15 for you.
Nightmare.
Yes, well, unfortunately.
When the game was over.
When the game was over.
But it's the longest day of your life, the Saturday before the game, because basically everything's done. You're kind of sitting around the hotel, you're kind of waiting. You don't want any phone calls. You're just sitting there thinking, reliving, what it's going to feel like. Because if you've never played in one, you kind of wonder, what is it going to feel like when we walk out of the stadium? And you walk out there, and the first thing you realize, you don't feel your legs. It's like, man, okay, Playing a lot of games, you're kind of nervous. You're shaking your legs. Am I okay? But it's quite an atmosphere. There's no doubt about that.
No phone calls?
No phone calls. Don't call me.
Y'all
had
we had phones. There were no cell
had
phones
phones
back
back
in my
then?
day. No cell phones.
Making sure. Super Bowl 15. Black and white video?
Yeah, not high definition. You're correct. That's Super Bowl 15. The Super Bowl 60 right now.
Yes, it is.
There's some time between them two, Jay.
A little bit of time.
That's just a little bit of time.
Herm Edwards, Damien Woody. Thank you, Jets.
Yeah.
It's been about growing, and I'm just so thankful that it's led me to this point here in Seattle.
The Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
The Patriots are used to winning.
The Patriots are Super Bowl champions.
It's a new era that we're trying to build, get back to what they created.
I ain't come this far just to come this far. Touchdown! You got to be kidding me! Perfect pass by Sam Darnold. Holy catfish! Ooh, let's go! Hell yeah! Hey, we're only going to the Super Bowl, baby!
Tim Hasselbeck schlepped his way to D.C. all season long to be with us. We're like, hey, Tim, here's the reward. Come to L.A. for the Super Bowl. The weather's worth it, though. And what an amazing space we're in. Let's dive into some of the specifics for the Super Bowl on Sunday. When we talked all season about the Patriots, who they didn't play, right? And then they get to the playoffs. They face 3 elite defenses in a row, and now a 4th. In terms of how this Patriots offensive line can give Drake May the best chance to be successful Sunday, what's the recipe?
Well, the recipe is they're going to have to be good in the screen game, because you look at some of the stuff they did throughout the season. It was, they wanted to live in a chip world, meaning help the tackles out. So this is a good example against Cleveland. When you focus on the left side, it's Hunter Henry. He's going to chip on the way out. Myles Garrett. Makes sense. You got Myles Garrett. Now, right there, he gets a great chip. Like, that's already one move. Now, Will Campbell's got to go get him. He doesn't. So that's a chip. And then you still end up taking a sack. I get it's Myles Garrett, but there's good pass rushers in Seattle as well. Similar situation against Atlanta. You want to chip on the way out. Now, when you are a team that chips often, part of what happens is the defense knows, all right, well, there's an answer to it. So you basically have 3 rushers on this side. What you're going to do is you're going to bring the center with you by stunting that way. And then they're going to end up running basically a TE game. And what that does is it takes the chip out of the equation. So we pause it here. We had Henry back here. You have 3 players for 2, and then you end up only blocking 1. It's a poor job, and then May obviously puts it on the ground, something he's done in the postseason. So I show this because some of the problems that we've seen in the postseason, like they had them in the regular season. They weren't good at chipping. Now, what they did an excellent job of was quick screen game to the tight ends, quick screen games to the running backs. I think if you're going to have success against the Seattle front with the Patriots offensive line, it has to be in that world, not, hey, we're going to just chip. Because when you chip, the quarterback also expects, hey, I can hold the football longer. That's not something May can do.
What version do you feel like we're going to see of May and Darnold on Sunday?
Yeah. I think we're going to see a better version of May than we've seen through the postseason because, look, there was a stretch he was completing 80% of his passes. He was fantastic. Getting in the postseason, he just hadn't passed the ball well, turned it over. So I think we're going to see a better version of May kind of come back to the mean. And I think for Darnold, listen, not to say that he's going to have an off game, but I think that we've seen an excellent version of Darnold in the postseason in terms of taking care of the football because of the defense that he's going to face and, quite frankly, probably facing some known passing situations. I think there might be some regression to the mean there as well.
Let's talk about the defense that he's going to face, because we look at this through the lens of Seattle. I understand why. This Patriot defense, and granted, weather's been a huge factor in the 3 games. It's 26 total points they have given up. So in terms of the concerns that Seattle has on Sunday, what are they?
I think the front, and you can talk, passing game and all of that, but it's going to start at the front because, look, when Milton Williams is playing, there are a lot of people in the league that think he is the best football player, period, on the Patriots team, and he's played that way at times. Seattle's got issues at right guard. They've been very inconsistent there. And so I think that's where you get into some known passing situations that don't, lend themselves to Seattle having success. And then Seattle is so uber focused on JSN in the passing game. I just think that New England will have a plan where it's not going to be single coverage on JSN. I think they're going to make Sam Darnold go elsewhere.
Walker looked good in that last game, but I know you feel like Charbonnet was the better of the two running backs too, don't you?
I think he was the whole entire year, and Kenneth Walker's a good back, but I think that's a challenge. Like, Charbonnet is a big loss for Seattle, and I think that, it's just some of the explosive runs they got from Charbonnet, they're going to miss that.
All our folks make picks. You went Patriots, right?
I did go Patriots.
And I think if you've just listened to all of this breakdown, you heard some of the reasons why. We'll see tomorrow when Tim is with us from SoFi if all this analysis was leading in the right direction. Appreciate the time, Tim. There he is, America. Stand for Steve. Say you should reinvent yourself every few years. What do you think about we just pick up the fams and move out to West?
Not a bad deal.
Weather?
Unbelievable.
Studio space?
I feel bad saying about this when we know all our people in D.C. right now. How
See y'all later. We're leaving.
Temperatures, sorry.
All right, we're not. We're enjoying our time here. Yeah. This man finished the season hotter than a pistol on game day, just handing out winners like it was Halloween. And then on social media, on the Bird on Saturday, it's a hate pick. I know what this is. You say UNC money line.
Did it win?
Bang. Have some. Winner. Oh, we got
Tough
the
to
board
see.
here? Oh, we do have the board here. Hold on.
All right.
Handing out some winners on the Super Bowl. Let's start with the Patriots. I'm not a prop guy, but if there's a day to go bananas, what'd you say? Let's what?
Let's get weird. We got 2 weeks. Let's crunch the numbers. Let's get them all. Now we're at the last day before the Super Bowl. All these numbers are the worst possible they could be. First off, Patriots money line. I believe they win the game. Defense and the combination of the run game. Josh McDaniels has been here before. I love the idea of Patriots winning the game. On the Patriots side also, if they're going to win the game, they need something out of Travion Henderson. He played 4 snaps in the AFC title game. The Broncos blitz a ton. Ramondre's better in pass protection. The weather conditions, everything. A total factor in that. We've seen him break big plays all season long. His over-under for rush and receive yards is 26.5. We've seen him do that on one play this year, Scott. So we're going to take him along with the Patriots money line.
Okay, so that's the Patriots side of things. You said let's get weird. All right, the Seattle side. What nibbles are we looking at there?
Yeah, I'm just completely biased here. I love A.J. Barner, so we're going to take him anytime touchdown. I think he's had an incredible season. He's been a benefactor of Sam Darnold's great play. He gets open. He plays a lot of downs because he's a great blocker. Plenty of versatility. And then on the other side, along with that, on the Seahawks side, completely against the grain. Really hard to do with the recency bias we all have, which is a hard thing to do. We're going to go under JSN receive yards, 92.5. Like I said, I really like the personnel of the Patriots defense. They're going to focus on him. And then in that NFC Championship game, George Holani played 23 snaps, a ton on third downs.
Yeah, he did.
We're going to go over his receiving yards of 11.5. And then we're going to throw everything in a parlay.
What do we call that backup in the Valley? What's that known as?
Birdcage?
Shall we?
Yeah.
Birdcage it.
Throw it all together. It's like, yeah, plus 6,000. Have some fun.
I don't even understand how any of this works. You know,
yes, you do. You just don't want to partake in it. How about just a flat-out pick?
Just if you're giving me points, y'all understand what I'm fond of taking the points. So give me the Patriots plus. What are they getting, 4 in the hook?
Yeah,
I'll take them.
Like he didn't know.
Somebody mentioned it.
Friend of a friend.
Yeah. So there you go. There's a birdcage. It's late. I don't think your wife's not. They're all sleeping, so I don't want them freaking out.
Yeah.
Are we moving to Los Angeles? We're not.
No.
I don't think. Steve, take us to break LA style.
Coming up.
Well done.